Hello everybody and welcome back to yet again another broadcast here, live here on STB. We are ready for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, for the best of the best to go at it here in Tier 1. Of course, last week we saw the Chinese Grand Prix being dealt with, and that was done and dusted with, I believe, a Mafio victory. And things are getting a bit spicy now in the standings between Tharlo, Mafio and such. I will get it up in just a second. I do believe though that Tharlo is your championship leader. I don't know about how much, but what I do know going into this race is that SM Ulusoy will be having a quali ban for tonight. So that's going to make it extra difficult for him to gain some points on the championship. But after China, these are the standings as follows. I was wrong. It is Mafio who leads the championship after China. He leads Tharlo, who we are looking at on track here, just doing his lap, by 3 points. Behind Tharlo is SM Ulusoy, who is 6 points behind Mafio. So, really 3 points separating Tharlo to Mafio, and from SM Ulusoy to Tharlo. So it's really tight up that top. And as we can see, Tharlo going into the left-hander here. A really difficult corner, this one. It's hard to get the grip and it's hard to keep your car steady, which I don't think Tharlo did to the best of his abilities there, unfortunately for him, as he goes round this right-hander. But the Aston Martin has been proving some good pace this season. It's a consistency that is kind of biting him a little bit here. He only scored 10 points in China. Of course, Mafio winning it gave him a massive boost going into this race, and I think Tharlo is going to get a cheeky bit of slipstream here by, I think, a Williams or maybe even a Haskell. And that is a Haskell, that might be the Haskell here of Sleek Mover, and that's that unlisted. Sleek gives Tharlo the slipstream going into the left-hander, and he goes into this right-hander into the left. It's a very smooth couple of corners there from Tharlo 4. All in all, it's a tidy lap. It's just that first sector that kind of messed him up with that little tight moments there. It's a 30.7 though, and Matt has been saying that he has been doing some low 30s, so if he can put that into play, Matt will more often than not be leading in this qualifying session. As I go to look at DJ Danny, who's just finishing off his lap, for him it's a 31.4, not the best of laps there from the Mercedes. Kami Sennen, who is a new driver here for Tier 1, looking to put himself on the marker. He gets himself a 31.7. The Bird comes across the line to give himself a 36. João Santos up into P5 and Kessatil up to P1. 30.3. That's the type of lap that you really challenge to your rivals. He at the top of the Tier 1, but Mafio can't ride. Oh no, actually he's on out lap. I thought he just invalidated his. I do apologise. Mover though is on a lap himself. He hasn't been able to consistently race. Unfortunately, he is American, so he has been missing some few races due to obviously the time zones and him being in school most of the time. I do believe that if he was able to race much more regularly in STB, he would be pretty much up there for these championship battles. So goes into the left-hander here for Mr. Mover. And oh no, he's absolutely messed it up. Not nice, neat and tidy like Tharlo did it. Instead he clips that corner. And his car loses the control going on the exit. Unfortunately, he is round. And he will have to abandon that lap. And I believe most people who have gone out to try and set a lap have finished theirs. Mafio, though, is one of the men who have not. And, of course, he is one of the main people to look at in this race. There's 2-3 big dogs here to be looking at it tonight. Mafio, Tharlo, and, of course, SM Ulusoy. Mafio going down this straight. He's not going to have the slipstream like Tharlo did. We'll take a look at what this is from the Aston Martin. Of course, Aston Martin will be leading the constructors. They will definitely win it by the end of the season, considering they're both in that championship battle. And oh no, he loses a bit of control there, Mafio. Almost what Sleek Mover did, but instead he doesn't go into a wall. Instead, he keeps himself out of it, and that could cost him big time here as he comes across the line. Well, he was bigging up about some low 30s. He's done a 31.5 there. He's not going to be happy with that. Of course, tons of time left in the session for him to improve, but it's never nice to put in a bad banker. You always want to settle on a good lap, first and foremost. This is a crucial qualifying session, really, going into this race. Because, of course, Etem Ulusoy has got that quali ban. He will not qualify. He will be starting at the back of the grid. Starting this race, there is going to be no help for Etem Ulusoy. He will just purely have to fight from the back and see what he can do going up the field. Danny's on an outlap. Of course, Matt will come into the pit lane shortly. Maudi with a 32.7, by the way. Didn't really highlight that. He does like this circuit. Pepe the Duck with a poor right-hander there. PRL Osinox, I don't think we've seen much of him, really, in this session. I have seen a bit of him in Tier 2, maybe Tier 1 here, maybe. I probably just don't remember him that much. If he goes into this left-hander here, like many people do, they lose control of the car, they lose control of the rear. He's done just that as well. It's a really tight entry going into that left-hander as well, which is not going to favour him on the exit. Into the left-hander. And Pierre Osinox, he does hit that wall, on the exit, and that's going to greatly damage his speed going down this massive straight, which we're going to see some mental overtakes happening, maybe even 4 wide moments. Las Vegas will be absolutely fantastic for racing here. And Maudi has messaged me just now saying, look out for pit entries. Big moment, really, in STB. Pit entries are essential in STB. If you cross that white line going into the pits, you get a 5-second time penalty slapped onto you. No if buts or maybes, only absolutes. Mr. Mover here, though, looks like he's having a decent little sector there. And 100% here, it's just what you want going down that massive straight. Going into left-hander now for Mr. Mover. And he's going to slam on that ERS. This man does have the opportunity to challenge for that top 5 in this Grand Prix. I have no doubt about it. It's just whether or not he can prove that tonight. Danny, I think, has just completed a lap here. I think he's put, 13.4. Unless he's just gone on to one. Might be into that left-hander there. But nevertheless, we're looking at Slick Mover. Will he make the same mistake as he did before? He's made a different one. And in this one, he's cut the corner, and it's going to be invalidated. And you see right there, that is a perfect example of a good pit lane entry for Mr. Mover. That's exactly what you want. If it's one whole wheel just outside of that zone coming into it, or maybe mid corner, it's 5 seconds. You've got to be so cautious on that. Matt on an outlap. We will see what he can do. Tharlo, though, I have not highlighted, is on a lap, 92 thousandths up. Might not be the same, though, unfortunately for him after that straight, but he's going to get a little bit slipstream here from, I believe, side effects. He's going to go around the last turn, and Tharlo, with a bit of help, can he improve on his lap time, and can he challenge Kisatilla? Not quite. He improves by only 5 thousandths, but yet again, those 5 thousandths could be crucial in keeping Joseph Dunros behind him. Well, if you're Tharlo there, you're really wanting a big improvement on that lap. Maybe even down to maybe the 0.4s. It's a very difficult thing to do, but you want to at least put pressure on Kisatilla for a lap or two. And try and capitalise on the mistake that he does, or commits. Matt, though, we know his pace. He wasn't able to show it on his first lap, but can he improve drastically on the second? So maybe he can push himself up into P1 and try and claim pole position as he goes into the right-hander here. We'll take a look at his first sector. It's 35 thousandths up. He's got some improvement. Left-hander here, right-hander there. He keeps car under control. Yes, he does. It's a very good sector there. A very good little, I don't know what you really call it, like a Mickey Mouse section. It's a very good Mickey Mouse section there for Maffeo. And now into this massive straight. He's only got 80% ERS. That could get some great damage. 2 tenths up. He's going to get maybe just a little bit slipstream. No. That's probably, that is João Santos, who is out on track there. He's got less ERS. I don't think he'll be able to maybe improve on this lap. He might just get into the top 5 as side effects plums up into the top 6 with a 31.2. But I don't know if Maffeo can come round this last turn and get himself up into the top 5. I have to take a look. Across the line, he's doing all the overtake. Oh, he definitely will. He smashed it out in the park. He has thoroughly shut me up there. Of course, most of his time was lost going against that left-hander. Like double left-hander or so. And Matt is just behind Tharlo. This is exactly what Tharlo would want to do on Kisatilla. Put pressure on the driver ahead of you to force a good lap out of him. And if he makes a mistake, you're in there for the taking. Fleet Mover will go on to a lap. You guys can watch that as I will quickly have to go to the toilet. Well, it appears to have been a very, very good lap for Mr. Mover there. At 30.4, he could almost sniff that pole position. And Kisatilla has retired from the session. Maybe it's just a bit of ego coming into play there. Could just be trying to kind of say to Tharlo and Maffeo, I know I'm good enough here at this top spot. Can you come and challenge me? And they are, and the question is, can they? Because Millersoy won't. He's just mainly on an outlap just to make sure he has his setup saved. So that is allowed here in STB. You are allowed to have an outlap to save your setup. As long as he goes straight back into the pits, it is fine. If he goes onto a lap under any circumstances, it is a disqualification from the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So if he does go out on a lap, even if it's on mediums, even if it's on inters, even if it's on wets, you still can't do it, and it will be a disqualification. I don't think he will, because he has just wasted all of his battery here, and he will come into the pits right now. He knows the rules, he's not stupid. And that will be qualifying and undusted for Etem. Question is now, will Tharlo or will Matt get out the pit lane? And they both do, as soon as I say it. Joseph Dunrod, though, with 1/10 up and a bit, going into that first sector. It's a fantastic lap so far from the Ferrari. He's going to go round into his left-hander here. Maybe Orion Exotic. is slowing up to give him some slipstream here. 4 tenths up, crikey! This is an absolutely fantastic lap here from Joseph Dunrod. He's not going to use ERS, he's just going to mainly rely on this slipstream, and it is some very good slipstream he's going to get from his teammate here. Some very good slipstream. Going into this left-hander now, he's just got to pray that that loss of ERS being used. Oh no, it's invalidated! Same mistake as Mover did. And that could have been maybe even pole for the Ferrari. Unfortunately for him, it's not to be. I'll cross the line, let's see what it is anyways. Oh, that's got to hurt. A 30.1, but unfortunately for him, it's invalidated. Maybe a little bit of a wake-up call is coming for Tharlo now. Here we go then. And for Matt equally as well. Sweet move up as well as there. Looks like Danny's just in front of him. Well, no, Danny's on a lap himself actually. Yeah, that must be the bird. He hasn't had quite the pace that we've seen before in qualifying sessions. And I believe Tharlo is on a lap, and Mover has a 5-place grid penalty with Joseph Dunrod because of a collision. But now Tharlo needs to concentrate. He needs to put in the work. It's a 10th and a bit up. It's a good start. Into the left-hander. It's good, it's calm. Does he lose the rear? No, he doesn't. Goes into left-hander. It's a very good little sequence here in the Mickey Mouse section. It's a good exit as well. So far, so good for Tharlo. Maybe he can even use this McLaren ahead of him with slipstream. He's close enough. Left-hander though is a bit of a slippy, a little bit of a slide, but that's okay. He'll put down that ERS. And he'll try and push forward for pole. Sleep Mover's done with his qualifying session. He'll be at the very most P7 to start. But can Tharlo be first to start on the grid here? It's a very good lap from him so far. He goes round the left-hander. Doesn't make the mistake Mover did. Doesn't make the mistake Joseph Dunrod did. And will he be rewarded for P1? Around the last turn. Tharlo 4, what's it going to be? It's a 30.5, it's not good enough. Matthew's down on his lap, a 10th down. I assume he's got some slipstream there from DJ Danny. Or the birdie even. Left-hander. Oh no, he's absolutely mucked it up. It's a tricky turn for all drivers on the grid, and Matthew has to come to it. He starts behind his championship rival. But the man on pole is Kisasilla with that stunning lap. His first lap is the best one. A 30.366. The Red Bull's on pole, whilst the championship is slowly heating up as Tharlo starts ahead of Matthew and Etta Minasoy starts at the back. Well, there you go then. Kisatilla on top, on pole. 30.3, fantastic lap. Slink Mover will start P7 after his grid penalty against Joseph Rundod. So from there, it is technically Tharlo P2, Maffeo P3, Joseph Rundod P4, the Bird P5, Dilemma with P6, and then Slink Mover P7, Cami, Exotic, Danny, Side Effects, Osinox, Zhao, Fefe, Maldi, and Etta Minasoy to round off this Tier 1 grid going into the race. Who's going to lead the championship going into the final 2 races of the season? We'll find out in just a few. So, here we are. We're ready for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It looks a bit lighter than I thought it was going to be. It will not be a rainy race. It rarely is here in Las Vegas, but sometimes it can happen. But not today. It's going to be a dry race. It's just purely about your pace on track. Let's take a look at who can claim that top spot and see if they can try and defend it going into Abu Dhabi next week. And then the main race, Brazil. As Maddie would say, the best track on the calendar. I disagree. But it's certainly a good one. They line up here for the formation lap. And let's take a gander at what the strategy is. I am assuming that it's going to be medium hard, as it most likely is on every track. And yes, it is. Attila will start on the hards, though. We saw this in China, where people would start on the hards, but they drop off massively at the start of the race. But near the end, the more and more those mediums heated up and they were able to get past, the more and more it was beneficial to them. And we'll take a look if Attila can do just that this race. Behind him, it's Tharlo, of course, with capitalising on the sleep mover 5-place grid penalty. He's in mediums, and pretty much from P2 to P9, it's all mediums. Then DJ Danny, Sidemore on mediums, Osanok, Zhao, hards. But you have eyes. I don't know why I'm pointing this out, but you all have eyes. You can look at that, can't you? But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Kisatilla can really balance this feel of these hards and see if he can try and keep that P1. If he keeps this P1, it's an incredible race for him, most likely today. Tharlo, we said this last week, or I said this last week, he didn't capitalise enough on those mediums when he started, and that mainly contributed to his fall off in the race, and that's why I believe most that he wasn't able to get the win. Will he learn from that mistake? Will he get past Attila as quick as he can? Or will Mafio be the smartest fox to pounce first? And then, of course, all the way at the back of the grid, you've got SM at the side. He's really fighting an uphill battle here. On the mediums. Yes, of course, he's got the pace, but it's really a matter of survival, really. Can you survive all these drivers and not get punished by them? And then can you go on ahead and battle with the very best and win the race? It's a huge task for SM. But I think if there's any man that you'd put to do it, you would say SM Illusoy, wouldn't you? Mafio's disqualified then. I believe that is for going a bit too much over that parking spot. Oh my word. And, well, he's going to have a bit of a, how should we put it, a bit of a disadvantage going into that first turn then. He might not be able to jump Tharlo as quickly as he might have thought. But here we go then. All drivers are lined up. We're set ready here for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. 5 red lights. It's green light, go, go, go. We go racing here in Las Vegas. Kisatilla with a decent start going off the line, but can Tharlo find a route up the inside to try and get the move done and dusted into the first turn? Down the inside, Tharlo will go, but the outside lane is proven to be quicker. But around the outside, Tharlo will go. Oh, Kisatilla now. The grip is better on those medium tyres, and instantly from off the start, Tharlo is ahead of Kisatilla. It's a perfect start for the man in P1. Here we go, going into this right-hander. Mafio almost hitting the back there of Kisatilla. It's very aggressive going into that turn. A bit of a slide there, by the way. But I believe that was the bird going into that right-hander, almost slipping on the grip there. And this is really where the grip comes into play. Can Tharlo utilise these mediums long enough to where Kisatilla's still behind him, and maybe he holds up Mafio even more, and it benefits him in the championship. And SM Illusoy is already up into P9. It's an unbelievable start. There's a massive pile up here at the back. Kami Senin, DJ Danny, both found, both damaged, I believe. And it's an awful start for the Mercedes and for the Racing Bull. Sleep Mover is now ahead of the Bird going into that left-hander, but going onto the straight here. The pace is going to be very good here, and you can take a look at the Bird at IoT Dilemma, and you can just see just behind, you can see Joseph Dunrod trying to find a gap here going into this turn, but Kisatilla is also trying to find a gap. Can he find a gap on Tharlo 4 going into left-hander? Will he send it up the inside? I don't think he should, and he won't. But here's Joseph Dunrod still just behind. And that, my friend, is an unbelievable start to this Las Vegas Grand Prix for Carlo. It's just what he would have wanted. 24%, 38%, 24, 11, 68, 89, 55. A massive, massive, massive differentiating in the ERS usage. And that is going to benefit Kesatilla greatly when he goes into this right-hander. It's going to benefit him greatly as he goes onto that massive straight. And it gets a bit more difficult here for Carlo. Leave us close to Maffio. He won't send up the inside, I don't think. And no, he doesn't. Side effects and Etamilasoy, of course. This man is in the championship battle. I mean, already it's a fantastic start for him. P16 up to P9 in a lap is incredible. So he's really survived half of the grid already. And now he just needs to try and get past the mid-pack. And then he's at the front already in about 3 laps or so. We'll take a look at what he can do then, going out of this corner. Joseph Dunrod still trying to get the edge on Dilemma. Trying to get past him. Dilemma. He's going to break quite early there. There's contact between Joseph Dunrod. And oh no, he hits the outside corner. And there's round. It's a Haas. It's Sleek Mover. I did see a bit of contact there up ahead with the birds. And that has damaged his race. It's damaged his front wing. He's going to have to go into the pit lane for even more time lost. Eta Mullasoy is right on the back of Joseph Dunrod now after he had a poor exit due to hitting that turn. And here we go, going into that left-hander. Joseph Dunrod is not benefiting himself here. Round the outside, Eta Mullasoy will go. And there's a bit of collision, a bit of contact with the walls here from both Joseph Dunrod and Eta Mullasoy. Can Side Effects 99 capitalise on this now as we go into the left-hander? Round the outside, he looked to go on Joseph Dunrod. Round the outside, he looked to go with his teammate, Eta Mullasoy. It's 3 wide going into that first turn. He closes the door though, Eta Mullasoy on Joseph Dunrod. And Side Effects is down the inside of his teammate. There's contact between the both of them. And into the right-hander, you can take a look at Orion Exotic. He could be looking for an overtake here, but so will Side Effects. He's trying to get the overtake done and dusted on Joseph Dunrod. He's got Eta Mullasoy in his sights. Will he go for a dive down the inside? No, he's protecting his position up on Joseph Dunrod, and he's got that move done and dusted. It is both the Williams and both the Ferraris leading by a 4-pack really, and they're bringing some beautiful racing here in Las Vegas. Beautiful stuff, just what we want to see. 3 wide into the first turn, some collision, some contact, but due to the end of it, Eta Mullasoy is ahead, and he's passed, and he'll very quickly catch up to this pack up ahead, this top 5, I do presume, due to his blistering speed. And there you go, another mistake there by Joseph Dunrod. That left-hander's just not favouring him at the moment. No DRS just yet for Eta Mullasoy. But here comes Kesatilla. He's got the speed. He's got the speed. And that is done and dusted. Kesatilla is up into P1 once more. And now it's going to become more of this DRS switching, this DRS battle, this straight line overtaking here between Kesatilla and Tharlo. But he will come out on top at the end of it. You can just see Maffio lurking just behind these two as we go into turn 1. Tharlo is going to be very close to Kesatilla. Not close enough, though, to look for a move. Side Effects is close, though, to his teammate Eta Mullasoy. He must have made a mistake going into the double left-hander. Maldi, by the way, up to B10. It's a fantastic start for him in this Grand Prix. He's now going to go up the inside of PRL Ossinox. He's in the points here in Tier 1. It's a fantastic start here for Maldi. But Ossinox will get the better exit due to the outside corner. And Ossinox is ahead of Maldi once more. I think we're having to fight up the grid here. I think he's still got wing damage on his car. We'll have to take a look. Yeah, he's still got that wing damage on that right-hand side. You can see just there. And well, oh well, oh well. Things are getting spicy here in Las Vegas. Eta Mullasoy still not within reach of DRS. And Kesatilla with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And that will greatly benefit Tharlo then. Just what he wants. And now, here comes Maffio. Will he look for a move? No. Will Tharlo even look for the move? I don't think so. But Matt's getting close. He's getting very, very close. But he won't look for the move. Joseph Dunmore does overtake Side Effects, though. As these two are getting close to Eta Mullasoy. As Eta Mullasoy bins it going into that corner. It just seems to be the little bogey corner for these drivers. It just nabs onto the quickest ones. They're thinking too much going into it. And it just seems like they're going too quick for the corner. They spin around, they lose traction, and they lose a bunch of time and positions. Mafia making a mistake though going into that first turn. Maybe just gone a bit wide, I'm not too sure. But all I am sure is that the Bird is up into P3 and is in the podium positions. It's a great start here for the Bird. He didn't have a very good qualifying session, but he's having a very good start to this Grand Prix. Tharlo can sniff blood here, can't he? He's like a shark. He wants to get past Casatilla. And side effects, by the way, there's a bit of maybe contact. No, Joseph Dunrod has left the session, unfortunately for him. I do apologise. I will have to invite him. If anything mental goes on, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. I'm just having to look at this guy and invite him back. So I do apologise, sincerely. But on the inside then goes Orion Exotic. It looks like I'm back just in time, as Etem Ulusoy will look to overtake his teammate here. Side effects 99. I assume will have no real say in this overtake. It's just pure straight line speed and DRS. And here comes IoT Dilemma, looking for the move here on Mafio. Huge moment in the championship. Mafio dropping down even more positions. And IoT Dilemma with a very clean overtake. And Mafio is just dropping like a fly here. He really needs to try and gain some consciousness, really, and get back in this race. Up down the inside, he's looking to go, and there's no room there for Mafio. I mean, he was never going to get that. Aussie Knox overtaking Maldi. Some good battling here between Maldi and Aussie Knox. Trying to go for the switchback maneuver. Who is this? Maldi must have switched his controller to his mother. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I spoke too soon. Maldi didn't make a mistake there after being too ambitious, you could say, on the switchback. He is round. Well, not round, but lost a lot of time. He's 2.8 seconds behind Aussie Knox now. Tharlo must be loving life right now. And Etem Ulusoy can see Mafia ahead of him. Well, that is my top left, and I'm not too sure. Oh, he can kind of. I'm sure he will going into the straight here, and there's a bit of a collision here. My oh my, Tharlo's round, the Bird's round. Everything's going on now in this Grand Prix. I apologise for missing that, but Tharlo is round, the Bird is round. They both lose a bunch of time, and from just one incident to another, Tharlo has gone down some considerable positions, and now he's behind not only side effects, but also Etem, and now also Mafio. It just keeps on getting worse and worse for Tharlo. It just seems like he can't get any real grip on these races. Is it through a fault of his own? Is it just through the Bird maybe taking him out? We'll have to see after the stewards report. I do apologise yet again for not seeing that. But that is crucial. And Tharlo is down to P6. It's not looking good for him. And Matt now with some clean air, with a man who's got a penalty in front of him. He is loving life right now. Well, oh well, oh well. Take a look at the penalties now. Only one, and that is Casatilla. I mean, we're saying all this, but Tharlo can well and truly get back into this race in just a flash. He has done it time and time again, and I'm assuming he will get the Bird a 5-second time penalty. I don't see any wing damage on him. No, he's fine on that. No wing damage for the lad. But definitely some emotional damage. As we go onto the straight. Side effects is just barely hanging in on these DRS straights here with Etem Ulusoy, but he is doing it. And I think Tharlo will have to try and undercut Mafio here. And try and do his best. Left-hander here, IRT Dilemma. Can he maybe make contact with Mafio, and then all of a sudden it's flipped on his head once more. And Tharlo is ahead of Side. I don't know where Side's gone. He's gone into the pits. I didn't see him go into the pits, so whether or not he's cut it, we'll have to see. Maybe someone will maybe someone will report it. Try saying that quick. And now Tharlo is hunting down his championship rival here, Etem Ulusoy. But unfortunately for him, I think he'll have to actually stay behind Etem and just use him as DRS to try and catch along to Dilemma and to Mafio. Sides box. I'm assuming Tharlo will box this lap. Because Solifex does like to box a lap earlier than what the strategy is given to. Well, that's it, at least some of the time. As long as there's a bloody overcut, it's like bloody hell, mate. But onto the straight, here we go. And I mean, Mafio, he's just loving life right now. This is exactly where you want to be. IRT Dilemma, though, will be capitalising on straight line speed here and getting ahead of him. And now Etem Ulusoy he can sniff Mafio ahead of him. So there's some big bumps there from the bird, I'm pretty sure. That turning, it looks horrible in this game. So Tier 1 drivers can't do it very well. Neither will Tier 2 and neither will Tier 3. No box then, except for the bird, who comes into that pit lane, gets on those tyres. They are the hards. And Sleep Mover's right up the backside of STB Maldi here. I assume there'll be absolutely no worries whatsoever for Sleep Mover to get past Maldi. Yeah, there you go. Pretty much. There you go. Sleep Mover's passed. It looks like Etem is dropping off here, actually. I feel like Etem is not quick around here. Or not quick anymore. Maybe the tyres are just not doing it for him. Maybe he is pushing too hard. And then it just disintegrates for the rest of the race. You're not able to get the grip. You're not able to catch up. He could well and truly fall down that spiral. Any driver can. But I guess here comes Tharlo. I don't know if he'll actually try and get past Etem Ulusoy here. But Mafio will get past Dilemma going into the left-hander here. He makes a little bit of a mistake though. He cuts the corner as well. And there's big moments here from Mafio, costing time for both drivers. Can Etem capitalise on that? He does a little bit. And IoT Dilemma now going into this left-hander will be side-by-side with Mafio. And going into that first turn, he stays behind. And Etem Ulusoy's in the box. Tharlo's in the box. Mafio stayed out another lap. Could that be detrimental? Could that undercut work out for these two when then all of a sudden Mafio is behind them? Tharlo really has to grind the gears here, try and get back in this race. I mean, Etem Ulusoy is well and truly in it, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm just going to watch Mafio now for this lap. We do have to check whether or not he can... what is it? If he can cross the pit lane entry well, I mean, of course, there's every chance that he doesn't, and then all of a sudden, it's even more tragedy for an Aston Martin driver. And into the wall there he goes, and RT Dilemma could capitalise on that. Ulusoy here, he's got a bit of traffic to deal with. It's Joseph Dunrod, who is the man he's having to be held up by, and he's been held by a lot here. Both drivers being held up a lot by Joseph Dunrod. RT Dilemma with a 3-second time penalty, as Mafio will surely enter the pit lane, I'm assuming he will this lap. Yes, he does, and there's no mistake about that. All tyres are inside, and there you go. Oh no! Mafio has got a 10-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. I spoke a bit too soon. And Mafio, he might as well kiss his lead in the championship goodbye. Side effects trying to overtake Joseph Dunrod now. Multiple things going on here. The bird going one into that turn, and the bird will go try and go up the inside. Maybe no. He stays behind. Loads of contact. Lots of stuff going on. And one of those things is Maffeo 10-second time penalty. But yes, Maffeo is 2 seconds ahead of Decimo Lusoi, but that won't matter at all. He's going to drop down plenty positions. And I am assuming right now in the party he's probably raging and he's probably losing his mind. And when Maffeo loses his mind, he's not good at driving. So we'll have to see in these couple of laps if he has lost his mind or not. It's only 8 o'clock, guys. Luminac. 8:02. Well, now this is the race from now on, isn't it? The bird switching places with side effects as they try to catch Tharlo. And Tharlo, oh, here we go. The bird is really charging out of here. He tries to send it down the inside on Tharlo. There is no room for him to go, though. Side effects will have to wait up. Danny overtaking Orion Exotic. And oh no, it's contact. Yet again, it's that crucial turn. The left, the right, the left. It must be absolutely awful to drive on these hard tyres. The bird, DRS, overtake mode. Let me get the move done on Tharlo here. Trying to pressure him into making a mistake, but Tharlo does not do a mistake. He does no such thing. He keeps on driving. Trying to catch up to Etem. Which, by the way, I believe Etem would be ahead of Tharlo right now in the championship. 25, 18, 5, 15, 12, 10, 8. No, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I'm not mistaken. So Etem would be a point behind Tharlo. And Tharlo has got that DRS, I believe. You have to really burn it. Yeah, he's got the DRS done and dusted. There you go then, fellas. Tharlo is within DRS. That is crucial. But Matt here, he's not doing bad. He's not doing as bad as I thought he would. With all this stuff going on about him. I'll put it to penalties right now just to give you a look. Etem will also 3-second time penalty. It's pretty much being given to Tharlo here. But the bird is being quite a greedy bugger here. He's trying to get every position he can to him. Will Tharlo react correspondingly, or will he maybe make a few mistakes and all of a sudden the bird has ruined his race once more? DRS being used. Cammy sending with a 3-second as well. It looks like the time penalties are quite ruthless around here. I will check Maffeo's time penalties or whatever right now. Translated lap. He's had one warning. That has been given to Matt. One warning for him. I believe that's even when he's pretty much lost every single second he could to IoT Dilemma. So I'm pretty sure I'll get that removed anyways. I don't know what Etem's doing. Etem's got some poor laggy internet here. And Etem. Oh, IoT Dilemma with not the best of times here with these hard tyres. And now the bird has jumped out of DRS. I think Tharlo will be absolutely fuming here. Or has he? No, he has. I think Tharlo will be absolutely fuming on what the bird has done. Oh no, never mind. He's got DRS. That's alright. Never mind. It's all good. The bird, though, looking for the move. But so is IRT Dilemma. He sends it up the inside of Etem Lusoi. And he gets the move. Planted, done and dusted. IRT Dilemma is really waking up these top tier 1 drivers and telling them to bugger off. But here comes the bird. It's now his time to shine. Up the inside he goes into the first turn. That's the overtake completed for the bird. Going into the right-hander. All depends on this exit now, really. They've all got it to the full throttle there. And now maybe the bird will even go at IRT Dilemma. It's all kicking off here. Trying to get the inside, maybe no. It is a mighty battle here in the midfield. Filled with the tier 1 drivers of the very best. This is what we love to see. I assume Kesatilla will come into the pit lane soon. Matt, he's just going to drop down to P8 really at the end of this Grand Prix as it goes. It's a good turn there, but it's not looking good for him. And STB is ahead of the bird. He's made a mistake going into that last turn. And Farlow will get the exit. He'll get the move done and dusted on the bird again, but I assume the bird's mental straight line speed will come back at him. Yes, it will. But it's alright for Farlow, really. All he needs to do is really just keep into here. Hope that nothing happens on track to cause a safety car or whatnot. Well, actually, the safety car will be good for him, actually winning it. But here we go. STB down the inside he goes. Bit of a squeeze there from IoT Dilemma, but he boggers him off again. And here comes Farlow 4. Going for the move, coming for P6. And there we go, down the inside he goes into that first turn. A bit of a wibble, a little bit of a wobble there for the bird. And it puts STB in really dirty air. Round the outside now, Farlow will go with STB going into this right-hander. Onto the exit, he's got the DRS, he is ahead. And that's that move done. Now Side Effects looks for the move up the inside. The Williams are going at it. And Side Effects is ahead of STB. But there is a dilemma, as I would say, for IoT Dilemma, because he is 4 seconds behind Matt now. And the more and more that time decreases, the more and more Matt gains, and the more likely it is that Matt wins this Grand Prix. Or he's leading the championship by even more. So he's got to really hope here, Farlow, that he can maybe get past both the bird and Dilemma. And just use and get close to Maffeo as quickly as he possibly can. I mean, in my opinion, if you're chasing someone down, the two people you do not want in a DRS chain with you is the bird and IoT Dilemma, because they will just battle for every position they possibly can, and they don't give one. At the same time, I kind of do admire that. Oh, Farlow's got a bit deep there. He's got it there. He doesn't get a 3-second now. He has lost time though, so if that is a warning, I think Farlow will get that removed anyways. Maffeo is ahead of Ossinox as he goes into the pit lane. Ahead of Kesatilla as he exits the pit lane. The bird then and Dilemma battling here for P3. This is the race now. This is what we're lined up to see. And look at that actually, Kesatilla is 1.8 seconds behind Matt. It's almost a certified win for him at this point. Fantastic strategical move. And oh no, Side Effects with a bit of a lunge there, accidentally hitting Farlow. And STB could not capitalise on it. Into the right-hander. Oh, Side Effects! That is a monstrous slide there, and somehow it's kept STB behind. But is it like that below? No, it's not. STB is now passed. And the bird and Dilemma are still going at it. These two will not give up. And Dilemma with a big mistake yet again in the same treacherous turn. And Dilemma is going to get overtaken there by Farlow. That is crucial. And now Farlow will do everything in his power to try and get past the bird, I believe. He does not want to be held up any longer. It's around 5 seconds between the bird and Matt. We'll take a look to the gap to the leader right now. I do apologise for that. Gap to the leader right now, it's 5.5 seconds. And it's increasing with every turn because all the bird is doing is just holding up Farlow. And it's not looking good for him, Brev. He's got to get past. This is not good for Farlow. If it carries on like this, Tharlo will not be able to win the race. He will not be he will not be ahead of Maffeo going into Abu Dhabi, which I think he deservedly, well, not really deserved. I think both of these drivers are deserving of this. But DRS will be used. ERS will be certainly used. But the bird straight line speed is just too quick. He's not even using. I don't know what Tharlo can do. He's going to have to use some ERS in some abstract place to try and get past this guy. He's going to have to just send it into the first turn, I believe, and just say bye, bye, bye. But it is a mental race that's occurring right now. If Tharlo does not win this, I mean, it is a robbery. But here we go. I think Azori's able to go on the bird here. As the bird does make a mistake. He's going to have the DRS as well. Go on the exit of this right-hander. And the grip's better. And Tharlo is past. He's got DRS as well. IRT Dilemma might even be looking for the position himself on Tharlo here. But he won't get it. And he does have a little bit of a wobble there. And that is so crucial for Tharlo. He's got to hope and pray they make a mistake and he does not get overtaken any longer. You can see now, Tharlo is slowly and surely catching up to Kiss Attila. Even with Attila having mediums, I mean, mediums, he's pretty much going to win this race, Attila. He's on an absolutely fantastic strategy. And he's pulled off a worldie here. Granted, like 90% of it's down to this massive battle going on. Huge moment here. IRT Delay with a big mistake going to the exit. SM Wilson will try to capitalise and he'll try to get closed down. I don't think Dilemma's going to have the DRS. No, he won't. The bird's getting by. It's 3 wide going down the straight. SM Wilson, will he be ahead coming out of it? There's a safety car on track. There's a safety car on track. Sleek Mover has binned it going into the left-hander. And there's a safety car on the circuit. Maffeo will be able to service 10 seconds, and he goes straight over there. He does not want to cut that pit lane at all. The bird. Etamilasoy. Oh no! He's cut it by a mile! That's going to be a 5-sec, no doubt. He has cut it by an absolute friggin' mile. Oh my word. And oh no! Tharlo's getting held up by Matt! Oh my word! Tharlo has got to be absolutely raging. He's down to P8. This safety car that Sleep Mover's caused has entirely fucked up Tharlo's race. I feel bad for the fella. I feel bad for Tharlo because it is no fault of his own. It is, in my opinion, one of the biggest unlucky moments I've seen in Tier 1 in a long time for Tharlo. I mean, he's just got to absolutely get past side effects of Ossinox in a flash. See if he can get past both Maffeo and Dilemma. And then he's in it to win it, but it is going to be so difficult for Tharlo to do. And I do feel for him. 10 minutes always on softs. Everyone's on softs, except for, of course, Kisatilla. And Tharlo, he's gone on to mediums here. Matt's on mediums as well. Maybe that's a sign that these softs will drop off massively and that Etam Willisoy might drop down the order even more here. But we're nearing the end of this race. It is an absolute robbery. Vale 4. Maffeo has been a very... I don't want to sound like a bastard saying this, but he's been a very, very, very lucky guy. A very lucky guy. Etam's just been good. He hasn't been amazing. But, well, you do have to kind of be amazing to get up into the position that he is right now, considering he's starting at the back of the grid. But what I'm saying is, he's been great, but he hasn't been considerably better than Tharlo. Maffeo, I mean, we haven't really seen his pace that much against Tharlo, but you can certainly say he is so lucky for that 10 seconds to be removed, and for it to just absolutely dagger Tharlo's race. It just seems like everything's going Maffeo's way, and the championship might just go his way. But yet again, there is such thing called, you know, you make your own luck. And certainly Matt has, you know, you shouldn't take away Matt's pace, right? I'm saying all this, but the one thing you shouldn't take away from that is he is a quick driver. This guy is quick. There's no doubt about it, but I am saying that this race in particular, sure, he's been quick, but he's been super, super lucky. Super, super lucky, and I just really feel for Tharlo. Ayrton Mullasoy will get a 5-second time penalty, of course, for his endeavours in that pit lane entry, which I'm full Tharlo will pounce on instantly. Try and gain himself position. Safety car will be in next lap. The Bird should win this race. Time penalties are being massive here. If Maffeo gets a time penalty, then Tharlo will probably finish ahead of him. We'll take a look at the race director right now. Clean as a whistle. That's been clean as a whistle. After that, I mean, yeah, again, props to him. You gotta be good to not get any more penalties here in Las Vegas. Many drivers have proved it's difficult, including one of the championship rivals, Etem Mullasoy. Yet again, equally, if Tharlo does get a 3-second as well, to clear his time penalties. Super clean. Clean as a whistle. Both drivers here for Aston Martin pretty much won't get a penalty off this race. Well, in the race. It is just a kerfuffle for Tharlo, and it's truly, honestly, it is undeserved. But yeah, again, you gotta just suck it up and move on. Move on to next week in Abu Dhabi. But yeah, again, I'm saying all this, and then all of a sudden, you know, you can see Matt maybe bins it even, and then all of a sudden, Tharlo's ahead. Etem Mullasoy's got another 5 seconds to add on to it. So this race still could be in Tharlo's favour. He still could gain some points in the championship. And it is not looking good. So here we go then. It will say down the straight. Safety car will be in this lap. And yet again, you can also factor in the soft tyres. Maybe they're just not as good. I think it is fair that I just watch Tharlo off the restart. I think that's fair. I think we need to see what he does off the restart. He is the crucial part of the championship currently. Because this race could literally determine whether or not he wins it or not. This race could literally determine if he's out the race for the title, for the most prestigious trophy you can win in F1. That's what I'm saying. I think they've gone already, and oh wow, Aussie Knox just with an awful. They haven't gone already. Okay, well they have to make it a little bit more. And here we go. I think we're gonna go. Yes, we are. And off the start, it's fantastic stuff with Tharlo, but he can't ever take before the line. He's gonna have to get it now. He's gonna have to get it now. He's gonna have to pounce on it. He will. Here we go. Tharlo. Up the inside he goes. Can he get the move done and dusted it? On that racing ball. Up the inside. That move's done and dusted. Good start. Oh, for fuck's sake. she's done it again. Bloody game's just spawned. For some reason, I've been kicked out the party, and it spawned me inside of the bloody thing. Inside the game. But there we go. Side effects is behind Matt. And this train is looking to be clustered up here. SM is P1. Instantly. Off the bat there. Maffio is trying to close down the burn here. But Tharlo's ahead of side. Perfect start for Tharlo. This is exactly what you're wanting here. And now you're pouncing really on Matt. You need to get something here, lads. You need to get something here. If the bird is overtaken here by Matt already, it is not looking good now for Tharlo. I don't even think that finishing one place ahead of Matt is enough for Tharlo to overtake him in the championship. Here we go, going into left-hander. Battling between Solifex and Ossinox. They're knocking each other about. And here comes Orion Exotic. He's looking for the move. And look at that, just instantly closing the gap there. Ossinox, he does not want anything to do with that Ferrari. And DRS is now enabled. Tharlo's within it with Maffio. Crucial. And Ossinox is not within it to Tharlo. Crucial. The bird now is really looking to go down the inside and try and get a move done and dusted here on IoT Dilemma. I'm going to go ahead and just look at these penalties now. You've got the 8 seconds here for Etimilosoy. I believe, yes, pretty much Etimilosoy will finish behind both Matt and Tharlo. All the focus is on these two Aston Martins. Who will get the better of who? And it could be so crucial for the championship. Joseph Dunrod overtaken side, but the crucial part is looking here. Maffio. Will he use and abuse everything he's got to try and get past the bird? No, he won't. And neither will Tharlo there. I think they're both going to wait out here to the last laps of these Grand Prix. And there we go. Both the birds going side by side here. With Dilemma going into this left-hander here. And it's going to hold up. And oh no! Big moment there for the birds. Here comes Tharlo. He's passed. I don't think he wants to do anything else. I think he just wants to stay behind Matt for one more lap. And then he can pounce on the straight. But here we go, never mind. Down the inside, crucial part for the championship. Tharlo sends it on Maffio. Maffio closing the door bit there. He says, no thank you. I will keep it. And that's what he's just done. They're both pretty much equal on the ERS usage. This is it. It's do or die for Tharlo. I don't know what's happened there. I think the bird's made a massive mistake. It appears so. Has to get past Matt. He has to. This is pretty much the battle for the win here, actually, because all these guys have got time penalties that I don't think can get removed. So Maffio and Tharlo are going at it for the championship. Sorry, not for the championship, for the race win. Oh, I said the championship earlier as well. That's my mistake. But I just don't think Tharlo's got it. I just think he's dropped off so much this lap, and Maffio's now really gaining. He's really gaining. Kisatilla's just ahead of him. And Kesatella, oh my word, it's 3 wide going into left-hander potentially. Round the outside, IoT Dilemma goes. And now it's the last lap. And now is the time where Tharlo needs to use everything he's got. Everything you got for this wet ass win. That's what it's going to be. Sorry, that was weird. Into left-hander. Will let him even hold up Maffio, maybe? Here we go. ERS is going to be used by, I assume, Etem. But no, here we go, Maffio. Oh my word, what's he done there? You cannot do that. You just cannot do that, Maffio. That is going to be a certified pen. I know, last time I said this in China, but there is no circumstance at all where Maldives will allow that on the circuit. Could have damaged his front wing. Maybe has. And I do believe now that Tharlo 4 will come across the line to win this race because of that insane move there from Matt. And he's got the exit jumbled up as well. Here comes Tharlo. Can he take it to the line here? My word, look at what's going on. Multiple contact. It's full wide down the straight. What am I seeing? Tharlo, he's trying to get the move done on Monosoy. STB Mafia is ahead. It's 3-1 once more. But here comes Tharlo. Can he get the move here on Mafia around the outside? Going into the left-hander. Round the outside, he's looking to go. There's a car ahead of him. There's a car ahead of Mafia. Big contact. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Mafia 3-second time penalty. Big contact there with Diana. He actually smashes into the back of Tharlo. Tharlo goes into the wall. How he's not got damage, I'll never know. How he's not retired from the race, I'll never know. But what I do know is Tharlo wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix through an absolutely mental last lap. But he does take home the checkered flag, and he does take home the 25 points. He will be leading the championship going into Abu Dhabi. What a race. Mental stuff. Tharlo 4 with the victory. Well, I mean, just there you go. That is one of the most mental races I have commentated on in a while. I've not seen such a chaotic end to a race in a while. That, my friends, was absolutely bonkers. We're trying to get Tharlo in for an interview. I don't think he will. If he doesn't join by 8:30, we'll just end it there. It's going to 8:29, so he's got pretty much a minute. I don't think he'll join. I don't think he's going to join. I think I'll wrap it up here then. Well, mental race, really, to put it in 2 words. Short, sweet, simple. It is a crazy race. And it's a crazy moment for the championship. Tharlo will lead going into Abu Dhabi. On top of that, Mafia will get a 5-second time penalty for what he did to Tharlo. I'm more than sure of it. Almost killing Tharlo, even giving him wing damage, maybe. Attila's already reported something. I don't know what it might be. All in all, it's going to be an absolute pile up. Sorry. Going into the stupid report. Mental. That is it then, folks. Tier 1 ends in catastrophe for Mafia, but in victory for Tharlo. It is a mental time to be. I'm sounding like a broken record, really. Mental. But I do emphasise, what a crazy race. Tier 2's tomorrow if you want to see even more crazy action. That is going to be even more mental. Tier 2 is pretty much the worst version of Tier 1. Ranked on top with multiple cheesiness and multiple collisions. So if you want to see some crazy stuff there, you can see it there. But if you want to see Tier 3, which is happening on Wednesday, then you can as well. But if you don't want to see any of that bollocks, you can come and join us here for Tier 1 back again next week for Abu Dhabi. We're closing in on the 26th season here in STB. We'll see who comes out on top in Tier 1. That's been me. I'm Silent Pistol. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night.